How's everybody? Hello, Kate. Trying to find a pen that works. There we go. My show's on. Thanks. My name's Addie too. I told all my students my name was Addie today because we're doing a project where they're doing a painting that includes their first name. So I was showing them my example and they were all baffled that I have a first name. And actually, Dad, I saw you on here. I use your name too for one of them because I get sick of just doing me. And I used to do Miss Cat because that's what they call me, but then they'd get confused and think that they were supposed to put like Mr. in their name or something. So I had to just start using my first name, make it simpler. But I did my dad's name, my mom's name, my friends' names. Me when I told my nanny kids my name is actually Addison. Oh yeah, I have a lot of, mine's just Addie. But I have a lot of students now. Like growing up, I never met anyone else who was named Addie. And then in college I met one girl, but she was Adeline, I think. And she's still at home then? Who's still at home? Myrtie? Then when I became a teacher, a lot of young kids are named Addie, but I don't think I've had a student who's just Addie. It's always Adeline or Addison or Adelaide. I have an Adelaide. But it's definitely become more popular. Growing up, no one had my name. So we're reading through May of Myrtie's diary today. I just uploaded the pictures like 2 seconds ago because I realized I didn't have them on here. All the Addisons I know are older than me are boys. Yeah, that's true. Addison was a boy name before, but that must have been before me because I didn't know any even like older kids named Addison. I wonder if it was like an old-timey name. I like the name Addie. I always wished it was short for something because people just assume it is and ask me like, oh, what's your real name? It doesn't happen as much anymore, but when I was growing up, they'd always, oh, what's your full name? What's your real name? It's just Addie. Thanks. All right. So, on May 1st, 1899, Father carried me to my school, which means they rode in the carriage. Addison, Shepherd, and Grey's Anatomy. Oh, yeah, that's so true. That's so true. That's probably where it sparked from again. I remember that now. My mom would watch that show, and I remembered there was an Addison. Father carried me to my school at number 7. Okay, so this confirms that the school that I thought she worked at is actually her school. I'll show you. Oh, this is the slippy ones. Hold on. That's from the other diary. I need this one. There's a picture in here of her schoolhouse. I think it's in here. Yeah, right here. So this is the schoolhouse that Myrtie taught at. School number 7. Schoolhouse number 7. In Calais, Vermont. I wonder if it's still there. I feel like it must not be, but I did find a couple of older pictures of it. Okay. I taught school. Same. Stayed all night at I think it's HW only because we have read this before. This is hard to read, but I know that she was saying HW Towns before. Father went after mother. They went home. Her mother, technically her stepmother, but her mother has been staying with her mother because she's older, I think probably sickly, we're not sure, but also just alone. Her husband had passed away, so she's like 89 years old living by herself, so that's why the mother is always spending time there. It's very cool how you're able to connect things before they're even confirmed. Yeah, it is. It's a really good feeling when like something that we have a hunch about ends up being true. Hey everyone, not feeling great, so stopping by for a while. Oh, I hope you feel better. Are you catching the germs from the kids going back to school? How am I? I'm exhausted. If I'm being honest, I'm really tired. And I feel like maybe you guys can hear it. My voice is not, I don't think I'm sick, but I think that my voice is like tired. It was the first full week of school, and the kids really don't give you much of an easy start. Like maybe the first couple days they're pretty good, and then they're like, oh, well, let's just get back to business as usual. May 2nd is your sister's birthday, and your other sister's birthday is the 4th. Well, an honorary happy diary birthday to one of your sisters, and then when we go to the 4th, we'll give them one. Okay. Do you use a specific software to zoom in? No, this is literally just, it's going to make me sound pretty lame, but these are just pictures that I took on my iPhone and uploaded to Google Docs or Google Drive and zoomed in on Google Drive. And then this is a Google Doc. So it's nothing fancy. The iPhone does take good pictures. I don't know about like other phones if they're good enough to be able to like zoom in like that, but I feel like it's just as good as a scan at this point. But yeah, I'm impressed with how much I can zoom in, especially since these diaries are really small. This is the diary, and this is the writing. So it's pretty tiny. It's all about good lighting too. I have this crazy light that I don't turn on while I'm streaming. It's like very bright. I can make it a little less bright, but I prefer this lighting. But I turn that on when I take the pictures, and it works pretty well. In the past, when I've taken pictures of diaries to like just archive them, I have a better camera, which who even knows if it actually is better now that like the iPhone has gotten so advanced. But I have like an actual like a DSLR camera that I had set up on a tripod, and that was actually really difficult to get the lighting so that there weren't shadows. That's the only thing. And like having to hold the diary open, which actually I have this cool thing. Do I have them here? I might have them in my drawer. I think I do actually. I think I do. I don't know. I have these things called snake weights. And they're like, they're filled with lead. And it's like a shoelace, basically, filled with lead. And they're very heavy. And you can put them out, like if you have a book that's open that doesn't want to like stay open, but it's fragile, you can like delicately lay the snake weights onto it. And it holds the book open without obstructing it. Because it's always like, if you use a book clip, it takes up space, it covers the words, but like this thing, you can kind of finagle it. I highly recommend. Yeah, it was really bright. It looks brighter in the camera, though. It kind of shocked the camera. I know. How are they writing so tiny in the diary? And get this, look. There's a tiny little pencil in there. Here's my finger for reference. It's like, I'm going the wrong way. Oh, there we go. It's like smaller than half my finger. I don't know if she was actually using that pencil because it looks like it's still fits perfectly in that little nook, and I think it probably would have been smaller if she had actually used it, but I don't know. Okay. May 2nd. I taught school. Stayed all night at... I'll fix that in a second. I see my typo. H.W. Towns. So we learned something about this H.W. Towns situation. So she works at the school that I showed you, and there's this family that lives nearby, and she teaches some of the kids of the Towns family. And she talks about a lot of the time staying at their house after school. And we were kind of like trying to figure out, why is she sleeping at this person's house. We found out it was a student's family, so that's like the connection. And I was thinking maybe it was a family friend, and during the winter she didn't want to go back and forth. Her dad has to come pick her up and take her with the horse and buggy, and it's Vermont, so maybe like the weather makes it really difficult to travel and it's just easier to stay there. And that was kind of my main theory. And then we found out, how did we find this out? We learned from, I think, somebody who was in the chat. They said that it was common practice for teachers to rent rooms or stay with students' families like back then. That was a thing that happened. And then she mentioned in the diary at one point paying for her room at their house. Like she paid rent or something, or paid for the room for the next half of the year. So we learned that it's not just like, oh, she's staying at a family friend's. She is paying them for boarding at their house, which is interesting because she does live in town, but maybe when she teaches, she stays there. I don't know. Whoa, I just joined and that was me. I said that about teachers. Awesome. Well, thank you, Shelby. I appreciate it. I could never remember all those details about who says what, so what a nice coincidence. Thank you, Wilbur. Okay, we're on the 4th. And we have a diary birthday on the 4th, I remember. Yay. That thing gets a lot of use. Okay, I taught school. Stayed all night at HW. Towns. Easy. Sorry, I'm very new, so I'm sure you've answered this. How did you get her diary? That's okay. Welcome. I got her diary. One of them I got from eBay. Actually, it was the 1905 one. I have 3 of hers. So I got the 1905 one on eBay. And then we started to read through that diary here on the live stream. And then when we found her on an ancestry tree to like just start digging into who she was as we were researching the 1905 diary, I found someone's ancestry tree that had pictures. So it had her profile, Myrtie's, and it had pictures of diaries on her profile. And I was like, is this the person who owned the diary before me? Did they already research it? Is it a family member? Do they have more diaries of hers? So I reached out to her, and it turns out she's also a diary collector. And she purchased, she doesn't remember, she thinks it was from eBay, but she purchased the 1899 and 1900 diaries of hers and was meaning to research them, but like me, she has a lot of projects going on at once. And like, she was like, I'm never going to get around to it. And she just sent them to me. So that's how we got the other 2. Sorry if that was long-winded, but 1 was from eBay, and then 2 we stumbled upon and were donated. I'm trying to get my stepdaughter to join. We really love history stuff and the recording. That's fun. That's a fun thing to do together. I taught school. Father came after me. I went home. He, mother, and I stayed at home all night. They stay at home all night a lot. Oh yeah, I already did May 5th. May 6th. Helped mother clean upstairs. We put a screen on the window in my room. Father split wood. We all stayed at home all night. Last time in April of 1899, she was talking about how her dad was splitting wood or cutting wood or something because he was using the lazy saw. She kept saying he was using the lazy saw, which is probably just the name for the saw, but it just feels insulting. How much money do you think you spend? Also, is it more of a hobby or a job? I'd love to do this. Oh, that's an embarrassing question. I haven't spent money in a while. I've been good about like not even going on eBay because once I buy a diary, I'm like looking for more. And you get that like FOMO feeling, like if something's on eBay, it's being bid on, and I'm not like huge into the bidding, but Recently I bought a big set of, yeah, oh yeah, no, not even counting, you're right, Eli. Not even counting, I'm talking about like acquiring diaries, but I spend a pretty penny on Ancestry and newspapers. I don't even know, I think I pay 20 something for Ancestry a month, which is crazy. And that's not even like the top tier subscription. I lowered it. And I pay $20 a month for newspapers.com. I think that's it for subscriptions for this. But yeah, it does. It adds up. It's crazy. But yeah, I bought a pretty big set of a mix of diary pages and like letters and just papers all relating to one family. And I actually don't know like who is the main writer in this set. And that was my intention, was that was going to be our next big project on the live. And we were going to, everything changed. We were going to just read the 1905 diary of Myrtie Wheeler as like a little quick in-between project where it was just going to be like a palate cleanser between our other big series we just finished and the new one that I was going to start. But then we found 2 more diaries of hers. So she has become a series and it's going to be a little longer. So that was the plan, but I still have it, obviously, and all that stuff's just on the back burner. Father spoke, I don't like saying the name of this town, so I'm just going to spell it. In the schoolhouse. Mother and I at home. Hey, little Bort. I don't know why I said little Bort. We all stayed at home all night. Her dad is a pastor, so he speaks in a lot of different places. May 8th. Father carried me to my school. Do I look for diaries from New England or is it just a coincidence? No, this was a coincidence. I would really love to read a diary from more local. I like that this is in Vermont because I don't live in Vermont, but I live in New England and it just feels a little bit more like, yeah, close to home. I don't know. Like I understand her winter experience. Oh, I've only been on for 20 minutes and most of that has just been like chatting. So I'm only on the 8th day of May. Yeah, like reading, we read a couple of series of diaries that were in Iowa and I like know nothing about that region. I've learned a lot through the diaries, which is interesting, but it's cool to read one from closer to home. I would love to read one from Massachusetts. That's where I'm from. So, and Linda too. Nice fellow Massachusetts lady. That would be cool. It would be cool to actually read something and know the place. Like there are a couple of mentions, even in this Vermont one, places I recognize, but not places I've actually been and know well, but it would be really cool to be able to go explore and like recognize all the, yeah, my dad splits wood too. On the lazy saw. Where do you find the diaries from? All different places. This one's from eBay. Well, one of them is from eBay and 2 were donated to me. She's teaching again. Yep. Must be like, it's interesting that she's starting back up in May. Maybe they go through the summer. They took a long time off. How do you get into this? Where do you find the diaries? I found my first diary at an estate sale. That's what kicked off the hobby. And since then, I get them on eBay, or I've had a lot donated to me by people who are watching or people who read. There was an article that one of the projects I was working on, they wrote an article about me to try to get in contact with the descendants, and it worked. But someone read that article and then reached out to me and donated the Slippy Diaries. Oh, thank you. That's a nice compliment. I haven't got that one yet. Stayed all night at H.W. Towns. Is that James? Yeah, James Hastings. James Hastings CR.BY? I don't know what that is. Junior? Oh, maybe Junior. Or senior. I don't know. That's a weird letter there. I think if it was senior, this is an S down here, so I think maybe it would match. It could be an abbreviation. Oh, by. Okay, by is a new sentence. So, by plowing for father. Charged? Like, this doesn't really make sense. Oh, or paid? James Hastings, something by plowing for father. Junior. But how is James Hastings Jr. its own sentence? It's not received. Like sometimes she'll do a little abbreviation for received, like REC. I don't know. Maybe she didn't have enough room to write in full sentences. That's true. Credit. Ooh. Credited. Possibly. That makes sense. It does look like if it's not the end of a sentence, it's an abbreviation. I think it might be credited. By plowing. What else could that be? I think that definitely says by. Almost looks like jorn, but that's not a word. Which one? Here? I think it's James. I was thrown off by it too at first. It looks like a French word. Is there another C somewhere? Like uppercase C? Yeah, probably. Do we know anyone with a name with letter Campbell? Okay, let's look up Campbell. When did she say Campbell last? April 30th. Yeah. Good thought. I'll go back to it, but keep that in your memory. I'm pretty sure it's a C. And then here's another C. And then we'll go to... Oops. Oh, there she is. May. What were we on? May 10th. Here. Yeah, I think it is. Awesome. Okay, well, I don't know what... So, okay, James Hastings credit by plowing for father. Maybe he, like... I just don't... I'm trying to make sense of, like, it in a sentence form, but maybe, like, they credited him because he plowed for her father or something. My show is on. You're the second person who said that. Maybe he crept by. Yeah, definitely. CR, the historic for abbreviation for credit or creditor. Okay, that's probably it. Gemini thinks it's credited by. Okay. Is it his title? I don't know. I think it's, as we started to read, like, we were thinking maybe junior or senior, but as we started to read, I think it makes sense credited. Because if he was credited by, I don't know. Either way, I don't know. It seems like he did some plowing and they're paying him. I would read that as an IOU, like they owe him. Yeah, okay, yep. I'm new here, but this is my new show too. Thanks. In a million years, I never would have thought that I would star in someone's favorite show. I taught school. Oh yeah, we will, Rachel's in a silly mood, watch out. We'll look it up. Stayed at H.W. Towns all night. I always look up my handy dandy inflation calculator from 1899 to now. And we look up $1. It has crazy ads. $1.25. Okay. 47.40. Ooh, suspicious connection blocked. That's great. Maybe I need to find a new inflation calculator. But about $47. So H.W. Town is somebody who lives in the town near her school. And we did, like, track him because we were confused. And we're like, who is this guy? We looked him up. We found him in another town. And then he ended up marrying someone with the last name Morse, and this was called the Morse School, as you can see. This is the school she worked at, because that whole area, well, I'm assuming, I'm just kind of like making assumptions here, but the Morses lived around that area. So he ended up marrying a Morse, so he figured out, oh, okay, then they moved over there, they lived there, their family was there, and their kids went to that school. And then I found one of their children on a roster of Myrtie's students. So H.W. Towns is one of her students' father, or maybe multiple of her students, but that's how they are. They know each other. Maybe they knew each other before too, because it's a small town, but I don't know. Yes. Do you ever deep dive to try to figure out who these people actually were? Yes. I used to do it a lot more. And now I just wish I had more time. There's just never enough time to sit on the computer. I used to sit on the computer for hours and just like dig and dig and dig. I just don't have it in me anymore. But we do like to, if someone new pops up in the diary, I do like to search them a little bit while I'm on here. Father carried mother to her mother Campbell's. That's her stepmother's mom. And left her. He came after me. Poor father just drives everybody around. I went home. We stayed at home all night. I have a picture of her dad too. Oh, this isn't it. It's here. I have a picture of them together. That's where the little picture of her in the top corner came from too. That's her dad. And then I have another picture that I'm pretty sure is her and her dad, which is crazy. And you guys, I mean, I think you agree, but you can tell me if you think I'm wrong or crazy. This picture, there was a bunch of pictures. I have to give some context. There were a bunch of pictures on Flickr, which is like a photo sharing website. Someone has this account where they have tons of old pictures of the town that Myrtie lived in around the time where she lived there. And so this was in 1900. It's labeled Unknown People in Calais, Vermont, 1900. And as soon as I saw the beard, I was like, what do you think? I think it's them. Which is like crazy, because I have in the past, especially when we don't have pictures of the people in the diaries, I have found old pictures from those places and been like, oh, I imagine that as them. And I'll like tell myself that could be her, you know? But this, I feel like actually, the fact that they both look like the people in the picture, and they're together, like they're not in two separate pictures, they're sitting next to each other and they both look like them. And she's constantly talking about her dad driving her around in the horse and carriage. I guess it's like a sleigh at this point because it's winter. He's probably taking her to her schoolhouse. She's wearing her school hat. Yeah. Because of you, I researched a woman who I thought of as my grandmother. I found out sad things. Yeah, that's sad. I haven't done as much like personal research. I can imagine that's kind of can be tough. But I have tried. I've been trying to find my grandfather had a sister who died very young, and they kind of lost track and no one knows where she ended up, like where they buried her, and I would love to find her grave. So I've also kind of dealt with, like, I don't know, trying to uncover sad family history. But, yeah, there's, you can see the harsh cut of his beard from the side, too. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I think it's them. So that's pretty cool. That's the first time I've ever found, like, a random picture that doesn't have their name on it that I was just like, holy crap, I think that's them. And I think I actually might be right. Okay. Anyways, let's go back. The other picture that I have of them, this one, was at a historical society in Vermont. And it wasn't online or anything. There was just like a record of it existing. It was listed as being part of this box of stuff. So I emailed the Historical Society and asked them if they could scan the picture and send it to me, and they did. Which was nice, because a lot of times I email places like that and never get a response. So it was cool that they responded. All right. May 13th. Yeah, and someone commented about her handwriting. Yeah. My penmanship. This penmanship is very close to mine. This is crazy. That's cool. I do like the handwriting, too. Someone had said it was pretty. It is pretty. I washed. And hers is pretty easy to read, too. Like, a lot of ones we've read have been trickier. I washed father drew manure? I washed, period. Even though there's not a period, I think there's two thoughts. Father drew manure. Wonderful. And harrowed the garden. Someone will have to tell me. I don't know what harrowed is. I washed and put away furs. Oh, they're getting ready for the spring, not winter anymore. They're putting away their furs. We stayed. I don't think it's watched. That would make sense, but I think it's washed. And she does say that a lot, I washed. I think she's talking about, like, doing the laundry. And she also, punctuation is important. That's very true. I washed father. That's a good example. She also has a tendency not to punctuate, which is interesting. Oh, actually, yeah, washed. She has a tendency not to put periods or commas, and sometimes it can be, like, kind of hard. Whose is this? This diary belongs to Myrtie Wheeler. She's up in the corner, her picture. We stayed at home, shocker, all night. Mother is at her mother's. Also shocker. Strange habit for a teacher. What's a strange habit for a teacher? To stay at home all night? Or no, to not. Okay. To not punctuate. Yes. I also get that a lot, reminding people of Kristen Stewart. Thanks. I think. Depends on if that's a compliment or not. May 14th. Yo, bro. It's crazy. I stumbled on your live at this time. Oh, May 14th is your birthday. Yay. Lucky you. Happy diary birthday. Yay. Oh, and another diary birthday. Kate's diary birthday. You guys share one. Twins. HBDB. What is the transcription for? It is mostly just for me to be able to search back when we're researching these people, but it has a lot of benefits. Like, after we're done with it, I can send that transcription to any family members that we find, or any like museums that are interested. It's nice just to have it digitized for research purposes and, like, archiving. Okay, again, I'm not gonna read that name. Everyone always freaks out. It's the name of a town. I was with him. We took... Oh, thank you. I think your username is Split. Thank you. I always never know how to take it, because I know Kristen Stewart got a lot of heat back in the day because she was really awkward. And sometimes I feel like I'm kind of like that. So I'm like, oh, are they just, like, saying I'm a little weird? Or okay, good, thanks. Okay, I stayed all night at H.W. Towns. I got Margaret Qualley today for the first time. I'm much more sociable than Bella. Yeah. That's what she does, right? That movie is so weird. There's something... Did they ever say what is happening with that? There was some, like, announcement recently. Or it was, like, rumors of an announcement coming. Like... yeah, it does need an apostrophe, but she doesn't put one. Bad teacher. Stayed all night at H.W. Towns. Yeah, there was some rumor that there was another Twilight. Hoa, hoa, hoa. Yeah, even Ian says hoa hoa weather, and he doesn't even know what he's talking about. It's funny. Wait, what did you say? Because was that the thing that they were gonna come out with? Okay, hold on. I see the same comment again. Hold on. Yeah, that's the song. Yeah, there was something like they were gonna come up with people were saying maybe they're coming out with another movie, or they're showing the movies or something. I don't even know. I saw it on TikTok. I taught school. It's just so funny to me. Yeah. Yeah, I don't even, like, if in my diary, which I write in hardly ever anymore, I would just write, like, work was blah, blah, blah. I don't write I taught school. Bella, Kristen is amazing. Bella is kind of weird. Yeah, that's the distinction. It's Bella, the character. Oh, okay, they're going back to theaters for the anniversary. Okay, I thought it was something like that. Okay, yep, I missed that when you guys first sent it. Okay. Do I post these in a website for people to read, as I am currently doing a presentation for uni? Yes, I do. I post the live replays on my YouTube, and then I also have a website called thingslostandfound.com. And I, right in here where it says Myrtie Wheeler, if you click on her, I was not trying to be facetious. Sorry, Towns. Oh, okay. I did not read what you said, so I'm going to look at that after. If you click on that and you click on her 1899 diary, you'll see that all of the entries that I've uploaded so far are there. Yeah, I don't know if it's Towns apostrophe or Town apostrophe S. I'm not sure, so I just put Town apostrophe S. It's possible. I forget if his name is Towns or Town. I have all the movies and the books. I read, I think, two of the books, and I've seen, like, I don't even know how many movies there are, but I haven't seen a couple of the last ones. It's reminding me of Little House on the Prairie. Yeah, I loved Little House. We've been talking about Little House on the Prairie almost every week now. It comes up. What is he? Okay. Oh, okay. So we're talking about who H.W. Towns. Yes. So H.W. Towns is one of her students' father. And she is renting a room. And I guess this is something that teachers used to do back then. She's renting a room at their house to stay at. And sometimes she'd stay during the school year. I don't really know a lot about that history. She's 32. Yeah, no, I don't think there's any drama. I think that it's just, like, she's renting from them. Because, like, I thought the same thing. I was like, who is this guy? Because she doesn't get married, and she never has any children. So I was like, who is this man that she's staying with every night? How is that happening in 1899? But no, he has a family. Well, we actually don't know anything, right? Would she really write about that? I don't know. But he has a family. She teaches his kids, so that would be kind of a lot of drama. I taught school. I can't even imagine spending all day teaching and then going home, not to my own house, but to one of my students' houses. I would be miserable. Stayed all night at H.W. Towns. When I squint my eyes, you look like the Kendra psychiatrist lady. I don't know who that is. New here. Why are you transcribing this? Very cool. I'm transcribing it kind of just for me, for fun, but it ends up being useful for other people who are researching like areas, time periods. I don't know. I've sent the transcriptions to museums before, like local museums, and they've appreciated it. So it's mostly just like so that if we're trying to figure out a pattern or find somebody, we can just Control F and like search the name like I did with Campbell before, instead of having to reread everything every time. How did I get her diaries? I got one from eBay and the other two were donated to me. Thank you, Erin. That's a nice compliment. I'm trying to keep up with the comments, but I can't see them all. I'm a teacher and also be miserable. Yes. Can you even imagine? Like, you don't even get a break. You just... Because you couldn't be yourself. Like, you couldn't relax. I wish she would have talked about her students more. Yes, that would have been cool. That would have been nice. She doesn't really, like, give us much. But her diary is also tiny. And all of them that we have of hers are tiny like that. So that's part of the reason. But yeah, it would be really funny to hear like, oh, little Timmy put a tack on my chair, like whatever they used to do back then, but they probably didn't even act up. They were just silent. It was so common. It was common for teachers to stay with someone in town during the week, home on the weekend. Yeah, that's what someone else had said in here. I didn't know that before, and I learn something new every time I come on. Yes, so she teaches music lessons. That's in the next entry. Let's finish this one. I taught school. Father came after me. Oh, and someone asked about the WEA weather. That's for weather. So people would write what the weather was. She doesn't do that, but that's what this type of diary like left space for. And the ther is the temperature, thermometer. I'm assuming it's short for. Oh, hey, Nikki. Thanks. She's doing good. Thank you for asking. Good to see ya. Retired teacher here. I think I would rather live in a hollowed out tree. Yes. The children think I live in my classroom. I don't know if you experienced that, what age group you taught, but they are baffled when they find out I go home. They think I curl up and sleep on my rug. I found some history of a town Wheelock family in New England. That's interesting because there are Wheelocks in her town. Like, that's a very prominent name in her town. And towns. So that's possibly them. Diaries written in pencil last longer or with pens? That's a good question. I don't know. I have read the 1895 diary of Georgia Slippy. We read that a while ago, and that was pencil, and it was in great condition. So it's actually surprising that pencil doesn't fade, but it also could be just like how the diaries were stored. I have no idea where these were kept. Maybe they weren't opened for years and years and years and years. I'm assuming if somebody was flipping through them often that they would wear down more. It seems like pen would last longer, but then at the same time, if your diary gets wet and you wrote with pen, certain pens will bleed, so I don't know. Can you reread what that says? Right, when they see me in a store, it's like they're seeing Bigfoot or something. Yes, I specifically avoid, even if I'm like desperate and I need to stop at the grocery store quick to get something after work on the way home, I will not stop in the town that I work in because they see you and they're like, and then you gotta go say hi and their parents are there and it's just like, I just needed eggs or something. Just noticed it's at the bottom. Oh, sorry. Oh, that's okay. That's all right. I teach art. I teach little kids art. My sister's also the same way. She's a teacher. Yeah. There are a lot of teachers who work in my town, who live in my town, and it's kind of like crazy to me. You just can never turn it off, you know? Father came after me, stayed at home all night. It's funny because I was about to say I'm an introvert, which maybe is like hard for people to understand if I'm on here, but I like definitely am. I'm actually shocked that I do this. And like my job too, teaching, I feel like I'm performing all day, but I get burned out with social interaction very easily. And by the end of the day, I'm just like, I can't. Father, mother, and I at home. Like, I'm a different person when I teach. Because you have to be. You have to dance and sing for kindergarten to, like, pay attention to you. But I gave Elsie Hastings a music lesson. Father, mother, and I at home. We stayed at home all night. May 21st. Elsie is a pretty name. It is a pretty name. Introverted extrovert. Yeah, I don't even look, like, I never would consider myself an extrovert. I think I just have adapted. Like, I was very shy before, but I have definitely adapted. Like, you have to. When you're a teacher, I used to get so nervous. Yeah, masked introvert. That's a better word for it. And it is weird because, like, on here, there's 260 people in this live right now, which, like, normally would freak me out, but it just doesn't feel like that. Like, everyone in the chat is really nice, and it just doesn't feel, I don't know. But I think teaching is what made me not so scared or not so like nervous about speaking in front of people. I could never be a teacher. I like my kids, but I can't with other people's kids. Something cool, fun, and different feels like healthy gossip. Yeah, it's gossip that doesn't hurt anybody because it's hundreds of years old. My preschool kids asked when my mom was coming to pick me up. That's so cute. That is so cute. I love that. Oh, the little tiny preschoolers today were getting their pictures taken. It was so cute. I don't teach the preschool. I teach kindergarten, first and second, but they were so little. And actually, I think they were the daycare. I don't even think they were the preschool. I think it was before preschool, like pre-preschool. They were so small, and they were just being herded to go get their picture taken. It was so cute. I stayed at home and did the housework. We all stayed at home all night. You just got a new job teaching elementary drama. That's fun. That's cool. My school doesn't have drama. Is it like a club or is it as a course? Because that's really cool. I don't think I've ever heard of elementary school having that. That's gonna be fun. Probably play a lot of games. Are you gonna have a play? Oh, it's an after school program. That's cool because you'll get the kids who actually want to do it. I mean, in elementary school, I have to say, like as an art teacher, they all, with exception of a few, are excited to be there. And if they're not, it's more of like their problem than mine. You know, like it's something else that's going on. It's not that they hate art, but we're lucky. I think they'd all have fun in drama class, but that will be really cool to work with kids who actually choose to join it, and that's fun. My kid's elementary school drama teacher are the music band teachers. Yeah, that's what I would assume. If anything, it would be like the music teachers for performing arts or something, but that's really fun. What? You broke your back in drama class in high school? Everyone thought you were acting. They're all like, you're like screaming, call 911, and everyone's like, wow, she's really good. Like, you're supposed to break a leg. Oh, see you later, Addie. I come on every Thursday, so if you want to come back next Thursday, that's when I'm here at 6. I should have gotten an Oscar. That would be so funny. If they gave you like a fake one after you healed. Obviously, it must have been scary, but I need to know more. Like, how did that happen? And are you good now? I hope. I broke my back flipping a UTV. What is a UTV? Is it like an ATV? But I was called dramatic. Someone should have told me it was a leg. Yes, H.W. Towns. Well, we know who he is, like, basically, but not, we don't know him. But he lived in the town. He's one of her students' parents, their father, and she stays at their house frequently and pays them rent for it. And I guess that's a thing that teachers used to do. Okay. Stayed all night at H.W. Towns. I taught school. Oh god, another stayed in all night. Wait. Yeah, same thing, stayed all night. Sometimes I think I'm accidentally typing the same entry again, but it's just because she says the same thing more than once. Okay, same thing for the 24th. This month is going by very fast. I wish I had another month of entries. I don't have the pictures. You should look them up in the census. Yeah, we do sometimes. We found Mr. Towns in the census a while ago. I guess what we can do is if we finish early, because I haven't even been on for an hour yet, and we're almost done with May, we can look up a few of the people from last time that I have on my little list. I used to be so good about keeping the list. Oh, God, it's all the same. I kept the list. I checked things off. I researched them throughout the week. Now it's like I'm here. I write down my list. I log off at the end of the live, and I literally don't come down to my computer until the next week, which is good. I get less screen time, which, no, that's not true, because I play way too much Stardew Valley. That's my new thing. But, yeah, I don't know. Maybe if I had a laptop, I'd want to do it more. It's just coming down into the basement and just plopping myself in front of the computer for hours. Oh my god, don't even get me started on Stardew. Ian knows me better than I know myself, because he told me I would love Minecraft, and I was like, that's stupid. Because I couldn't get past the blockiness of it, and I was like, because I was a Sims girl, like I like the Sims, and I was like, I'm not gonna like it. There's not enough to do in it. And I loved Minecraft. We'd play Minecraft during COVID. That's like what got our relationship through COVID. Like we couldn't be together, but we went on Minecraft for hours and built a whole entire city. And it was crazy. It was so fun. I love that game. And then I knew that he told me I'd love it, and I said, I'm not going to like it. And then I loved it. I was obsessed with it. So I should have listened to him when he said I was going to love Stardew. Because, again, I was like, I don't know. I don't really like how it just seems like when you haven't played it and you look at the images of it, it just looks like a game that's kind of like simple, which isn't bad. But I just was like, oh, I'm not going to like it. And I am obsessed with it. I finished the Legend of Zelda game, which, again, like I was like, I'm not going to like that. And I beat it before Ian did. Yeah, and how about Animal Crossing? That one too. I used to love Animal Crossing, and I got it on the Switch. I was obsessed with that for a little while. But that one, I like ran out of things to do. But Stardew, I'm not running out of things to do. I'm just like building my farm and getting bigger. And I don't have, someone asked who the Bachelorette is on Stardew. Oh no, you can't love Minecraft and not Stardew. It's like Minecraft, but better in different ways. I just didn't know. I was just a naive young baby. But I haven't done that part of Stardew yet. I have not, like, I've been seeing that there's some kind of update. I was wondering if it was a new game, like, for Switch 2 or something, because I don't have that. But I haven't done the relationship thing in Stardew yet. Like, I just am by myself on my farm, so I don't know anything about that, but my father, mother, and I about home. I helped. Yeah, it's crazy to learn that game was designed by one guy. And it was supposed to be, Ian was telling me a little bit about it. It was supposed to be just like an exercise, right? Like he was just building it for fun, like to test out game design or something. I don't really know, but I think that's what Ian was saying. Like he was just doing it for fun. And it turns out it's like the best game ever. It's so good. And it was like $14 too. It's not often that you find such a good game with so much to do. You don't run out of things to do for that cheap. I'm typing but not like paying attention to what I'm typing. Father, mother, and I about home. I helped about the housework. We washed. We all stayed at home all night. I've been recently trying to get down deeper into the mines. The only thing that bothers me about that game is that you have to get home by a certain time or you pass out. But I guess if it didn't have that aspect, it would be kind of like too easy. Like you could just be in the mine forever. Haunted chocolatier. Spooky. Yeah, I've seen the chocolatier thing. I don't know. Yeah, about the house means like, yeah, about the town. Like they're, I don't know. I've not heard people say that now, but I think that's what she means. Exciting stuff, Myrtie. It gives the game a spicy flavor. Yeah, what is? The chocolatier? Oh, on your birthday. Hold on. The chocolatier is spicy or having to go back home? It's like, it's so annoying when you're in the mine and you know, sorry to everybody who doesn't know what I'm talking about. Oh, the passing out at 2 a.m. Yeah. when you're in the mine, you're like just about to get to the next fifth. Oh, my shirt is Vincent Van Gogh. Yeah, you have to run around, yeah. And like you're just about to get to the checkpoint and you can't find the ladder, and then you gotta leave and do it all again. At least it's every 5. That's like not that bad, but it's fun. I feel like that meme where she's like, wait for me, I have little legs. Yeah, when you're like and I don't even know, is it at exactly 2 a.m.? Because I feel like one time I thought it was and then it went earlier, but it's also because it like the time goes in 10-minute increments, so you're not really sure like when. If you're not at Peters by 11, it's not worth it to run home. Well, that's good to know. You just let your fate take you. I have a year 5 farm with still no horse. I progress so slowly. I don't have a horse. I'm on year 2. I left and came back. I missed your birthday. Well, we'll do a belated diary birthday. HB. Happy belated. HBDB. Wait, isn't that? Yeah, we say happy diary birthday, HDB. Isn't there HBD? Oh, HBDB, I think we were saying before was happy belated. I might have said that, but yes. Wait, no, HBDBD. My brain can't do this right now. Happy belated diary birthday. Yeah, that's what it is, because birthday. So HDBD is happy diary birthday. HBDBD is happy belated. Thank you, Carly. 22-year farm. That's crazy. And like, does new things still happen? Is it interesting enough after that many times around? Myrtie was 32 in this diary. Father spoke at, okay, same name. That's the name of a town. Mother and I at home. I am lame, which means she's sick probably. A diary birthday is just simply when we're reading through an old diary and someone goes, that's my birthday. And that's what a diary birthday is. It became such a common occurrence that we made a little thing for it. And it's kind of funny because like teaching little kids their birthday and everybody they know's birthday is the most important thing that they can ever have to talk about, right? But it doesn't change much, does it? Because us adults on here, as soon as you see your birthday, oh, that's my birthday. Someone said something, oh, short entries. Yeah, the book is very tiny. This is her diary. And these are the pages. So each of these entries is only that big. So that's why it's so small. Watching your videos and another one made me get a 5-year journal myself. Nice. I have to get back into mine. Because I get sad when I start writing in it again and then I come across a part that I was, oh, happy diary birthday. When I come across a part that I didn't write in a lot before, it makes me sad because I like to have it like fully filled out. It's satisfying. Birthday is my favorite holiday. Big fan. Birthday. That's funny. Just call it birthday, not my birthday. Father went to Hyde Park Street. He stayed all night at not Mr. Smooth, Mr. Smith's. At Katie's Falls. Mother and I stayed at home all night. I helped about the housework. What do you do with this after, since you're writing it down? I post it on my website, and then when we're done with the diaries, I try to find a relative to return them to. Mother worked cutting her wrapper. That's like some kind of dress or robe. And they've been making a lot of clothing, so she's probably cutting out like from fabric. I helped about the housework. Father came home. He, mother, and I stayed at home all night. I know, it is impressive that she writes in it every day. I don't even know if she's had any blank pages, actually. All right, last day of the month. Father carried me to my school. I taught school, stayed all night at HW Towns. Okay. Yes, this is in Vermont. Okay. So, I don't know. I've only been on for an hour. Usually I'm on for like an hour and a half. Let's see where Ian is. He went to trivia. He's still at trivia. Oh, it says I'm inactive. Hold on. Is this the first year of this person's diary? Yes. Yeah, I started reading the 1905 diary that I had of hers. We read like 2 months of that, and then we ended up finding someone with other diaries of hers, and they donated the diaries to me. So, yeah, we read like a couple months of 1905, and now we're back in 1899 and starting fresh. We're already in June. Oh, cool. Yes, actually. Well, I can give you the rundown if you're from that area. If you recognize any names. It's in Calais, Vermont is the town. And she is Myrtie Wheeler. Her father is Benjamin Wheeler. I know the Wheelers are pretty wide, or they were widespread over there. I don't know about today, but we've got some neighbors. This is a relative. Ellis is a family name. Look at these cool pictures of that area. Like, this is 1 year after the diary. And it might even be, it's estimated probably, or maybe it is like labeled 1900, but this is like the same time that this diary was written. This is her town. This is what it looked like as she's like driving through in her horse and buggy. And actually, I wonder if that's her dad again. Maybe not, but I found a picture of them, I think. Old townspeople. I saved any picture that said Wheeler so we can figure out who these people were. Oh, we were talking about maple syrup. Like there was a talk of something in the diary about tapping the trees for maple syrup, and I was like, oh, there was an old picture where they were doing something with maple syrup. This is the one. So they're on top of like a tub that must be maple syrup, because then we've got these buckets sugaring. Yes, thank you. It's crazy how the brain doesn't picture it that way because we don't know what it would look like. I don't know what you're referring to. I might have said something that you were responding to, but did you buy this from an antique shop? No, I got this from eBay, and then the other ones, I got one from eBay, and the other ones were donated to me. Like, here's some more Wheelers. Like, I don't picture her going to work on a horse and carriage. Yeah. It is. It's cool. It seems like not real. Like, look at these people. I guess it was a thing to just pose for a picture in front of your house. And just stand there. More Wheelers. Wheeler Family Gathering, 1908. Like, Myrtie might be in there. I don't know. Actually, did she say? Hey, these are pictures. These are people who are in this diary. How do you pronounce this name? I messed it up last time. I think I said Hosea, but Hosea, I don't know, Hosea. But father went to Eddie Wheeler's. That's probably Edward Liberty Wheeler, right? Hosea, okay, or Aya. It's hard for me to read it even like spelled out like that and actually know what you're, because I could read that Hosea or Hosea. I think Hosea. Mother sewed. Okay, what about, let's look up, because I remember they were mentioning that name. Oh, he died in 1899. When was this picture taken? We don't know. Father went to Eddie Wheeler's to tell him Evelyn Hall is sick. Oh, I'm not going to be able to find it. Usually I put the date if I knew it. Maybe I didn't though, because I got lazy. Let's go and find her Wheeler album. These pictures, I stumbled upon them on Flickr. Someone has an awesome... Why isn't this working? Oh, here. Someone has an awesome Flickr account where they have uploaded tons of old pictures from this town. And it's just coincidence that I came across this. Okay, this is 1896. So this is the guy. Okay, that's really cool. I have to definitely put him in my little scrapbooky thing. Oh, she's holding a little animal of some sort. Is it a kitty? There's a lot of cats in these pictures. That's cool. Okay, so we found a picture of Evelyn Hall. Maybe I'll just like, here, I'll take it like this so that it has his name attached to him. And then we're gonna put it, I need to sort this, but this is basically what I do. I put the entries into this Google Slides, and then I'll put like pictures with, if we find pictures of people or places. I think I might have, I guess he was only mentioned in entries before. I haven't put April in, so I'll stick this there. And this Sylvester Fuller. I bet a lot of cats could live under that house. Yeah, they probably had a lot of farm cats. There's a lot of pictures with animals. It's very, very cute. There's even like little kids. Oh, here he is again. Unless it's a different one, actually. I don't know. I don't know. It could be the same guy. Emma Wheeler. There was, oh, like, look, they're so cute. Little dogs. There was one with, there were 3 kids, I think, and a sheep. It was so adorable. They were hugging the sheep. Are the entries free to view? Yeah, they're on my website, thingslostandfound.com. I have to upload them. I have to, like, copy and paste them into the Google slide, but I think I have up to March in there right now. It's so weird to look at these old pictures because it's like they don't look different from nowadays, you know? I guess she has a lot more pictures from different parts of Vermont. I don't remember looking at these. Some of them. I always end up back on this website. Check out Family Search. Yeah, Family Search is free. That's a good one. I have Ancestry, so I usually gravitate towards that. It's a little bit easier to search, but Family Search is helpful, definitely. For watching your content all the time in 2021. That's crazy. It's been so long. Glad that you came back. We've done a lot since then. We finished... I don't even know what I was doing in 2021. I was probably reading the Weatherman diaries. Could that animal she's holding in the picture with Hosea be the dog? Or Hosea? I forget now. Hosea be the dog in the other picture as a pup? Possibly. Now I don't know which one I was looking at. I'll never be able to find it, but... This is so cool. I want to know how this person got all of these. I feel like there's way more than I thought. Did I look at this one? They all look so happy to be there. It's so cool. Look at this tiny little kid. She's so little. I know. That's a lot of work. And the person was able to identify a lot of these people, too. This looks like the same school. No. I don't think so, actually. They probably all look very similar. This school has a fence behind it. No, it's not the same place. All those old school buildings look the same. The Wheelocks were founders of Calais, different from Wheelers but associated. They're all like standing so far apart from each other. The little bows. This school looks like it had a uniform. Not a uniform, but maybe a dress code. It's funny. Any pictures of her? Yeah, I have a couple. Well, I have one confirmed, and then one that I think is a picture of her. This is the confirmed picture of her and her father. And the picture that I think is her is from that website I was just looking at. It says unknown people, but it's in their town. It's the same year pretty much that the diary was written. It's only 1 year after. Wah. Sorry. And I feel like that looks like her and her dad. So I think that's also a picture of her. As someone from the UK, 1899 doesn't seem that far away. Yeah, it's a little different in the US. I feel like we're so baby. Like everything seems far away for us. But yeah, it's so true. Anywhere else in the world, it's like, that's like yesterday. I downloaded Flickr to find photos of my family if I can just find cool photos. Yeah, Flickr is not like an ancestry photo kind of place, I don't think. I think it's just like a photo sharing site. I just happened to stumble across when I was looking for pictures of this town. I found that account that person just has an extensive collection of old photos. I should send them a message. I don't know if they're active recently, but I'll send them like a little message saying, hey, I think I identified one of the people in your pictures. That'd be cool. All right. Well, I think I might call it a night. We finished May. That's good progress. And next week I'll have June already. What are they doing? Oh, they're doing sugaring. Sugaring at the Reuben Wilbur Sugar House. Whatever sugaring is. Let's look up when she mentioned sugaring. Eddie Wheeler's. So she went to Eddie Wheeler's to sugar off. Yeah, father, mother, and I. Omar Wheelocks to sugaring off. So I guess everyone maybe had their own, like, they tapped their own trees and they helped each other process it or something. I don't really know what sugaring off is. Look at, he's so happy. What? Oh, here, Paris. What? Oh, okay. If someone's being rude, then we're gonna kick them out. I missed that. I'm a new watcher. So interesting. I'm sure I'll catch you next time. Yeah, I come on Thursdays. Yeah, what the heck? That's like so uncalled for. It's confusing. I'm pretty sure I kicked them out. I'm gonna do more than one thing. Muted and kicked out. We're muted and blocked. Yeah, that is so weird. Usually the chat's so nice. I don't even understand that comment. I don't know. I didn't see where that started, but that's so annoying. Every once in a while we have someone come in and just say something completely out of pocket. Yeah, it is weird. Okay, well. Anyways, that was so strange. I didn't even know how to react. I'm like, what? Yeah, like, what? It was really random. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, just, I don't even know how to react. Like, is that actually an insult? Because it makes no sense. You don't talk to your granny because you have orange lips. What? What? Are you trying to make sense? It sounds like something I'd hear in kindergarten. Like, and then have to, he said that I have, Miss Katerina, he said I have orange lips. What? Ugh. Just ignore them. Okay. Oh, cute dog. All right, well, then let's end this before things get crazy. So I didn't make a live event for next week. Let me do that.
Man, oh, dude.
Hold on. Create an event. Bye, Twyla. See you next week. September 18th. I need to remember to do this before I come on here, but at 1800, 6 o'clock, right? It says military time. What time is it there? It's 7:20 p.m. Good night. Hey, what's poppin', G? Myrtie's staying in all night. That's what's happening. Every day. Okay, I think I just made it for next week. It's probably going to take a second to show up. But you can always join the Discord if you want. And that's how I tell people when I'm going live. I don't know if I successfully did that because I was distracted. Yeah, I think I did. Okay. Some people like to sign up for it on the on TikTok, that's why, but just popping it with HW Towns. I hope you have time too. It's lovely when people come in. I missed the last few lives. Do you have posts about the storyline? I need to I'm actually right now gonna upload all of the April and May entries to my website because I haven't done that, so I need to do that. But yeah, basically I have until February, I think through February on there. So yeah, she hasn't done much. We've done a lot more like chatting on the lives, which is nice. But she's been pretty tame, doing a lot of teaching. She's my website is thingslostandfound.com. It's in my link tree if it's easier for you to click on it through there, but you might have to put www. You used to have to do that. I don't know. But yep, she's in her get that bread era. Yeah, so she has been teaching. Actually, there were no deaths in May, so that's nice. I'm pretty sure it was March. That was a pretty rough month where a few people died. She was at HW Towns a few weeks ago when I was here. Yes, she went. You found his deed. Oh, was that you? Did you send me that? We looked at something from HW Towns a long time ago. It all gets so blurred. Cool. Okay. So, she's still there. She ended up like staying at home for a while and she wasn't teaching, which I don't know if it was that she was taking time off or if, the school was out of session for a while, but she was at home, not teaching. And then now in May, she started teaching again. Yes, quite surprised she's not married at her age for her time. Yeah, I agree. It is surprising and interesting. And she never marries. Yeah, maybe they had winter off of school for some reason. I don't know anything about that, but it's interesting because I would think they'd have summers off because wouldn't the kids like need to work on the farms and stuff? That would be my thought, but it seems like they're starting school back up. Yeah, maybe it was just difficult to travel because of the snow. And I'm sure the illnesses weren't. They didn't want to get sick. Yeah. There was a cool picture on here of a snowplow, like how they used to plow the snow. I don't know if I put it on here or if it was on the website, but this is like how people got around. Sleighs. Sleigh. Okay. So I still need to make the stickers for the Slippy Diary, but I feel like I'm definitely going to make a sticker of Myrtie and her dad on the sleigh. Which says Slay Queen. That'll be good. That'll be real good. So I don't have the picture of the snow roller, but there was one on here. I don't know if I'm going to be able to find it. I don't know which album it was in. I think it was in the Wheeler one. It's pretty cool. Yeah, here it is. This is how they plowed the snow. It's a giant roller. She's probably like, I'm already taking care of multiple kids, so marriage, nope. Yeah. Teaching will do that. Like, do I really want to go home and just keep working, basically? Yep, they just packed it down. It probably got really slippery. She's seen what marriage makes happen and just like, no thanks. All right. So, I guess that's it, guys. I'll see you next Thursday. Diary Detectives, our next meeting is the 22nd. That's on the Discord. I'll remind you when it gets closer. But yeah, I'll see you guys next week. Good night, everybody. See you next Thursday, next diary day. Have a great night. Oh, I'm sorry. You just joined. Next time on Thursday, I come on at 6. So come on in at 6 and you'll be here on time. If you want to watch the live replay, it'll be on YouTube. But it's not as fun as the live. Good night. Good night, Kate. Good night, Mayor Paris. Thanks for the vibes. Thanks for sharing your lips with us. Good night, everybody.